ghosts and ghouls with greenish skin. So close your eyes and you will find that you've arrived in Ghtenstein. Perhaps the Count will find a way to make his monster work today. For if he solves this monster mania, he can return to Transylvania. So welcome where the sun won't shine, to the castle of Count Ghtenstein.
All right, you sweetheart. You're gonna grow like all the other dirty rats. Now get up there. Let's see it happen. I'll have you rubbed out. That's one.
Hey, come on, what's the matter with you guys? My best impersonation. Now it has a sarong on.
Master,
All right, Igor. You're late. Explain yourself.
I was outside at our gates talking to a beggar, Master.
You were?
Yes, Master.
What could you possibly talk about? But never mind that now. For now it is time to raise the flag.
Right, Master.
And to sing our glorious national anthem.
Yes, Master.
Okay, I'll count it for you.
Up to what, Master?
You just go when I say so.
Go.
One moment, go.
Gori, Transylvania, we werewolves and bats will always make ya. The man he more will likely claim ya. As we stop.
I pledge by the sign of the three-toed sloth that I will do my best to do my due, to always obey the laws of the werewolf pack, and to never rest until Brucey lives once more and takes his rightful place in the annals of distinguished monsters. And I can once again return to my glorious homeland.
Gori, Transylvania, as we go.
You went too far, Igor. But let us speak of other things. Now, what were you doing again?
Master, I was outside at our front gate talking to a beggar. You see, he walked up to me and he said, "Excuse me, but could you give me a quarter for a sandwich?"
And what did you say to me?
I said, "All right, but first, let's see the sandwich."
Spendthrift.
Wrong. In Egypt, Bwana Clyde spent years in searching for a sphinx. He dug up clues that prove they still exist, or so he thinks. But sphinxes have a human head upon a lion's form, which means they wear a thick fur coat and must get awfully warm. He showed me photographs and said, "A sphinx there, can't you see?" Politely I said yes, but oh, I wish to disagree. For Bwana's eyesight's not as good as it once used to be. And those photos were of Mrs. Clyde in her fur coat, you see?
Signy sail time!
Upham, I'll be right with you. Just checking the film for today's little showing. All right, thank you for waiting for me, and very nice to see you. I am Bwana Clyde Patty at your service, and I hope you're having a very wonderful day, because I certainly am. It always pleases me. Well, I guess that's seen the last of it, hasn't it? Well, I'll have to get myself a new camera. too bad, too. Excuse me. Yes, it's Bawana Clyde Batty at your service. Oh, you run a camera shop? Well, you must have seen just what happened then. Right. Can you really? Really? A Brownie Zip 12 with a 1710 lens? Sounds super. Very nice, too. Well, I thank you kindly. Sure, I'll be dropping around. Thank you very much. Oh, such a kind gentleman to offer me a camera like that. Oh, all right. Just a moment, please. Just a moment, please. Now, I know you're excited, but there's no sense getting yourself all built up. Just a little bit of humour from old Bawana Clyde Batty. All right, now, why don't we go to our projector and see what we're going to see for today's film. And I think you're going to love it, too, because I spent a lot of time on this one. Let's see what we're going to see. All right, reels in place. All right, focus correct. And now, switch on, and away we go. And what have we got here? Hello there. Oh, tiny little eyes on this one, eh? This is the Wombat. W-O-M-B-A-T. Look at the short little snout on it. Oh, isn't that cute? Now, they live in hilly or mountainous coastal regions of southern and eastern Australia and on Tasmania. Now, they're related to the koala bear. Remember those cute little chaps? But they look very much like a bear, you know. Now, they're very much like a badger, too, in their habits. Now, the body length can vary from 27 to 47 inches. Oh, that's quite a span, isn't it? And they can also weigh from 33 to 80 pounds. My goodness. Thick set, that's right. Legs short and strong. Their toes are armed with stout claws used for digging. And would you be kind enough to give us a kiss for Bawana Clyde Batty, sir? All right. Wasn't that nice? Oh, I just loved that film, did you? Well, I'm glad you did. And now that time has arrived. Oh, those horseflies are at it again. Oh. It's all right. It takes a while for it to get to them. But before we go, I must bring the Rary bird right back to where he started from. So let's get ready to welcome home the lovely and beautiful, although we've never seen him, Rary bird. All right, Tipperary. Well, very lovely to have him back. All right, it's time for Bawana Clyde Batty to say goodbye to you and to also say, as I always say at Zany Zoo, Ooga Booga, which in this case means when the bird of paradise flies over the Brooklyn Bridge, that will be a frosty Friday, I think. Thank you very much. All right, so we'll see you next time, won't we? I hope so. Ta-ra now, mates.
I'm not so sure that Bawana Clyde Batty knows more about animals than I do.
Don't go away. We'll be back, I'm afraid.
Brucey is born under the sign, out of order, out of order, out of order.
A lady asked the oracle if he would kindly cast her horoscope and tell her of her future and her past. The oracle sat down and said this shouldn't take too long, but he worked until next morning and his answers still seemed wrong. I hope, he told the lady, that you won't break down in tears, but according to my chart, you have been dead for 20 years.
Hello. I am the all-seeing oracle. In my time, I have been responsible for comets. I have been responsible for meteors. I have been responsible for romances. Well, I've been responsible for about 2.5 tons of broken glass. Oh, boy, I don't believe it. Now, sign of today. Oh, wistful mist. whom the gods have kissed? Which sign, whose life will fortune twist? And the sign is Sagittarius. Yes, that is the sign. Now, that is for all the kids who were born between November 23rd and December 21st. At their best, Sagittarians are the ideal of what every sign should be. They are law-abiding and have a set of moral standards unequaled by any sign. And now to look into what... Well, it was going to be the crystal ball. It still will be. We have a spare, I'm sure. Eyes. You know, some people just never learn. I just wondered. And now. Oh, magic crystal, crystal ball. Tell me now. Tell me. Oh. Delayed action. Oh, well. Sagittarius, luck is on your side. You really don't deserve the wonderful things that will come your way in the next few days. But the heavens have focused on you, Sagittarius, and it will be a high cycle to remember. Isn't that marvelous?
How are you feeling today?
Oh, pretty good over most of me.
Oh, well, really, there's a problem over the rest of you?
Well, the rest of it didn't make it into the castle, and it's kind of chilly out there.
Oh, well, we'll have to make room for you.
Sure. Say, you know something?
What?
Did you know that now you can take a cruise around the world for only $2,000?
Oh, that's nothing. People have been doing that for years.
How many years?
About 450 years.
Boy, that's some long cruise.
I would think so. No. What I mean is, it's been 450 years since the first man sailed around the world, and his name was Magellan.
Magellan?
That's right. Do you know anything about Magellan?
Magellan? Did I know Magellan?
Did you know Magellan?
Did I know Magellan?
I ask you, did you know?
I passed him once in the ocean. That's all.
So says you. Now, I don't think you know that much about Magellan, so why don't we...
I could learn more.
Well, how can we learn more?
Look it up in the book.
Look it up in the book, and I have a book here that tells us everything we ever wanted to know about Magellan.
What is this book called?
This book is called Everything We've Ever Wanted to Know About Magellan.
Gronk.
Okay. Now, it says here that in 1519, only a few years after Columbus, the King of Spain gave Magellan 5 ships and told him to
get lost.
To get lost.
Sure, 5 ships. Now, get lost, Magellan.
No, he didn't tell Magellan
He
to
was
get
crowding
lost.
up the harbor.
No, it wasn't that at all.
No.
He told him to sail around the world, and this marked the beginning of...
Ballroom dancing.
Ballroom dancing.
Of course. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
No, it didn't mark the beginning of ballroom dancing.
They had that already?
Just listen to what I'm saying.
Sure.
Now, it was the beginning of the most daring voyages in history.
Oh, sure.
Yes. Now, Magellan sailed across the Atlantic round the tip of South America.
Past the Golden Gate Bridge.
Past the Golden Gate Bridge.
Through the Rocky Mountains.
Through the Rocky Mountains.
Across the prairies.
Across the prairies.
To New York City.
To New York City. That's not right. No, how did we get to New York City? Would you tell me that?
We made a left at New Orleans?
Now, where was I? He sailed around South America into the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, I see.
But while he was on one of the islands, something terrible happened.
There was no vacancy at the hotel.
Right. No. Wrong.
Wrong.
Please, will you let me finish what
There
I'm doing?
was a vacancy at the hotel?
After 3 years, only 1 ship and 31 men managed to reach home.
Is that right?
That's right.
Is that right?
So what do you think of that?
Well, I think that Magellan wasn't so smart.
Why?
Well, if he'd gone to New York, he could have got a hotel room. Sure.
A play on the lowly herdsman who cast the shadow of theatrical license
on the teachings of the coughing Buddha. Griselda mixed a ghastly brew she called my special winter stew. Come on, she cried, fall into ranks. I said, I'm full, yes, but no thanks. What, she cried and began to pout. Just try a sip, it'll knock you out. That is just what I was afraid of, which shows the sort of clay I'm made of. Well, others want some, she exclaimed. My guinea pigs are quite well trained. So get your bowls, friends, slim and stout. Griselda's going to knock you out.
I'm Griselda the Gourmet. Aren't I beautiful? I mean, tell me the truth. Oh, well, never mind. Anyway, I'm so glad you came. I wanted to sing a little song for you. Oh, it's just my vat. It's cooking up my brew. And it's more than that, it's for you. I thought a bomb, huh? Well, come on, here we go. We're having fun. Yes, we are. Now, we have a wonderful, wonderful recipe for you today, and we call it Ferdlaps Fat for Forest Frog Fun and Frolic for Ignoraphus for Difference Delight. Isn't that something? Now, let me just check and see if I have all my ingredients. I certainly do. Now, firstly, we're going to use the iguana giblet box, which we will place right in there. Then, we already have a prepared little thing here. Oh, yes, they look good. Well, I don't think we'll use those this time, because they don't look like they've been working too well lately. Now, here, this, of course, is an egg. Love it, love it, love it. Then, we naturally will ring the bowl with our cream. Now, this is looking awfully good. Don't you think so? I just love all of these things. I really do. Francine Johnson, eat your heart out. Okay, here we go. Now, we're just taking this little old note. Oh, isn't this cute? A puzzle. Why did the chicken cross the road? You silly, because he had red suspenders. Now, as you well know, that when we're cooking something that is so intriguing and deliciously delectable, delightful, and tasty too, we have to add something that's going to spoil that. So we're going to use a whole bunch of these little garlic cloves. Here, come on. We're going over here with the garlic. Ooh, at arm's length we're... Oh, I can hardly wait to get them into that fat. Now, I'm going to throw the garlic into the vat. Watch me as I do it. Having done so, I now go back to my iguana giblet, and it's mixing nicely. Now, here we go to the cauldron. And we put all the little ingredients into the cauldron. Cauldron, cauldron, stir trouble. Cauldron burn, cauldron bubble. Taster's time. Whoa! I've had ugly and I know rotten, but that is the worst. Woo! Woo! Never seen anything like it.
Yeah, so it's funny. But what about the nick on my neck? You're some barber. Oh, boy.
Ooga booga. You'll never guess what's coming next.
Igor's my friend.
I've less nickels than the count.
All right, Igor. Pull over. This is a grammar raid. All right, Igor, it's the grammar slimer again. You know what that means?
Yeah, it means it's time to get out of here. That's what it means.
Hammer, hammer, hammer.
Now say hello to the grammar slammer,
Hello.
Bammer.
Hammer.
What's wrong with him?
Well, we're not really sure.
Ah.
Enough of the grammar slammer, Bammer.
I'll drink to that.
Now, we're here to talk about your disgusting treatment of the English language, Igor. Now, I know turnips who speak better than you.
I like mashed turnips.
Mash, mash.
Now, regardless of that, Igor, do you realize what you've said? Can we have an instant replay, please? I've got less nickels than the count.
Wrong.
Yes, isn't that terrible?
I'll say it's terrible. Igor, that's bad English.
Yes, it's bad mathematics, too. I thought I had more nickels than the count.
Igor, what should you have said instead of I've got less nickels?
Give me some of your nickels, please.
No.
No, Igor, that's not what you should have said.
Oh, you mean I should have just grabbed all the nickels and run?
Oh, hammer now.
Oh, take it easy, Bammer.
Now.
Igor, that's not what I meant. Now, here's the sentence. I've got less nickels than you.
Really?
Igor, what's the incorrect word?
I've got less nickels than you.
No.
I've got less nickels than the count.
Just a little hammer.
Oh, he's up there, Bammer. Igor, it's not I've got less nickels. Then let's show this on the screen, please. It's I've got fewer nickels than the count. I've got fewer nickels, you see?
Well, then we've both got fewer nickels than the count. And I'll never lend him another cent.
When I'm calling you.
If you say that once more, I'm going to send you back to the slime. All right. I asked the old librarian what had he learned from life. He said the first thing was the rule to never take a wife. While they make superb companions and reliable good cooks, women haven't got the knack, he said, of understanding books. But somehow, son, I've often thought of marrying some wench. But when I do, the girl I choose will think and speak in French. I said, oh, that is really the most charming thing I've heard. The librarian said, I don't know why, because I don't speak a word. Mais jamais. Where is he?
Welcome to the library. And I, of course, am the librarian. And I will reveal to you tales of horror, fright. Are you ready? Are you ready to be scared out of your wits? For I am just the one to do it. Oh, these weary bones. Oh, my goodness. Now, our story today is entitled The Porker, the Sheep, and the Goat. A young pig was shut up in a pen with a goat and a sheep. On one occasion, the shepherd laid hold of the pig, and he grunted and squealed and resisted violently. The sheep and the goat complained of his distressing cries and said, the shepherd often handles us, and we do not cry out. To this, the pig replied, your handling and mine are very different things. He catches you for your wool, and you for your milk. But when he lays hold of me, it is my life. Scary, I'm getting you, aren't I? Well, I have another story. Now we're ready. The Boy and the Hazelnuts. A boy put his hand into a pitcher full of hazelnuts. He grasped as many as he could possibly hold. But when he endeavored to pull out his hand, he was prevented from doing so because the neck of the pitcher was too thin. Unwilling to lose his hazelnuts, Mr. Greedy, and yet unable to withdraw his hand, he burst into tears and bitterly lamented his disappointment. A bystander said to him, "Be satisfied with half the quantity, and you will readily draw out your hand." And our moral is, do not attempt too much at once. But now I grow weary. Go to your library as often as you can. There is much to be learned there. I'll scare you next time. The librarian says, goodbye.
No, I don't want to get married. I'm just asking for your hand.
Don't go away. We're going to play.
Dr. Petvet is very humanitarian, vegetarian. Petvet like that.
Someone knocked on Petvet's door. He had to let him in, for there was a poor beaver who had nothing but his skin. It seemed to him an awful sight. This fellow had no fur. He said, "Come in and warm yourself. You'll catch a cold there, sir." He ran and got a bearskin rug and cut it down to size. He sewed some sleeves and cuffed the legs, then made 2 holes for eyes. Petvet said, "Now you're all fixed. Please go when you feel able." The beaver said, "I thank you, sir. Can I have one in sable?"
Oh, it's nearly time for Dr. Petvet.
How are you, Igor?
Good.
How's the Count today?
The Count, he's been very busy this morning.
Is that right?
Yes, he was doing the tulips, and they went...
They never seem to work for him, do they? Now, guess what we have here today. Can you guess?
Yes, I can guess.
What is it?
A glass jar.
Oh, you pulled that on me before, you naughty scallywag.
I thought you might forget.
No, this is a blue-spotted salamander.
Another salamander.
Another salamander. Oops. Oh. Lively one. But we're going to get him out of there.
Oh, wiggle.
Oh, well, we're going to try and get him out of there. Well, there, that's better, young man. There we are. Woo! Nope, you got to stop. Got to stop there. There we are. Now, just be very still. That's it. All right, now, you feel better now? Do you feel better? Well, come on around here. Here we go. Come on there. Nope. Now, you're going to pay attention here, because Igor wants to see you.
Oh, I would like to see him, but he runs away.
No, you'll just have to wait a minute.
Okay.
How you doing down there? Hey, you're trying to get away, aren't you? Oh, you're always trying to get away. Well, you're a little too active today. We're going to have to put you in your little jar. That's it. Just relax, and I'll tell you about the blue-spotted salamander.
Right.
Now, they can obtain a length of 4 to 6 inches, and the record is 6.5 inches. Now, you see, he's black with these blue spots here. Beautiful blue spots. Isn't it lovely? Beautiful. A nice shade of blue, I'll tell you. Oh, he's just a gorgeous little fella. There you are. Oops.
He seems to have long toes.
He does. See, that's very observant of you. Very long toes, right down there. Oh, wow.
Oh, and a wiggle when he walks.
He's a wiggle when he walks. That's absolutely correct. Now, you see, they breed in the spring in small ponds and ditches and things like that, you see. And, you know, he'll actually eat a little bit of stewing beef sometimes. Get some stewing beef, yep. If you're going to make a stew sometime, you just give him a little piece, you dangle it there, and he'll eat it.
Well, I make stew for the Count. I can always
keep a little piece
Well,
on the side
sure,
for
I mean,
him.
let's share and share alike. And they make very good pets, you know that? Now, it's best to keep them in a terrarium, as we always do, and there must be moisture in there.
Yes.
And in this case, a little bit of gravel, too, you see, so he can climb up and just play around all he wants. Now, Igor, his name is Johnny, and I want you to have him.
Me and Johnny will be very good friends.
I think so. Why don't you ask the sloth and see what he has to say?
I think I'll ask him in Morse code.
All right, whatever you wish.
Okay, I'll go.
Beep, 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 beep.
Well, it doesn't seem that anything works with him. Try semaphore next time.
Yes.
Semaphore is, you know, when you do
I
the
know,
fly,
I
you know
know.
what I mean. All right, don't worry about it,
Doesn't
Igor.
seem to help. Goodbye.
Remember, pets
Oh,
are friends.
friends.
That's right.
Goodbye.
I like Igor.
How can anyone possibly say they don't like Dracula? It's so effervescent. Ah. Oh, well.
What are you doing there, master?
What do you think I'm doing, Igor? How many times have you been told I am working on my new invention?
Oh, what is it, master?
What?
What
is
are
it?
you inventing, I mean?
This is my new invention, Igor. Well, Igor, never mind that. All right, what do you think of my new invention, Igor?
Master, what is it called? What does it do? What's it for? It looks like a light bulb to me.
Well, it is a light bulb, but not an ordinary light bulb. This is a special development. Anyway, I want you to help me with the finishing product here. All right, pliers,
Pliers.
screwdriver.
Screwdriver.
Oh, easy does it, big fellow. All right, kitchen knife. Igor, I think you've cut my hand. Hand it to me, handle first, so it doesn't hurt anybody. There we go. All right, etc. Okay. There, it's ready.
It's one of the strangest looking etceteras I've ever seen, master.
Never mind that. This is a light bulb, but it's a special kind, as I told you.
Yes, master.
This is a light bulb I developed myself so that I could read in the dark.
But who would want to read in the dark?
Who do you think would want to read in the dark? You see, it's for my new course at night school.
Nope. Back in a moment, right after this important gronk.
Hey, did I ever tell you about Mortar the termite? He bored and he bored through a piece of wood, and suddenly, outboard Motor. Kind of funny. All right, lunchtime.
The professor knows that gravity is a force no one resists, and fighting it is like fighting tanks with nothing but your fists. But yesterday, he actually presented his 2 fists and challenged any gravity to prove that it exists. He got up on a tower, jumped, and fell right to the ground. So gravity, I guess you'd say, had won the fight's first round.
How do you do, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, and teachers everywhere? Because this is a beautiful exercise for all ages, all cultures, all people. I am the professor, Julius Sumner Miller, and physics is our business, and we are presently engaged in rolling things down a hillside. We discovered that this disc beats this hoop. We discovered that this disc beats this hoop. We discovered that this hoop lost to this disc. I say a wonderful thing. All discs roll alike. Little discs, fat discs, skinny discs, big discs, they roll alike.
Out of sight.
By the way, commentary. Some spell it D-I-S-K-S, some D-I-S-C-S, which reminds me of spelling of a different sort in some places in the world. Honor, H-O-N-O-R, H-O-N-O-U-R, C-O-L-O-R, C-O-L-O-U-R, C-U-R-B, K-E-R-B, center, center, defense, defense, tire, tire. One could open a Pandora's box to pursue this matter further. But we are engaged in discs and hoops. I say all discs roll alike. All hoops roll alike. And we saw some discs beat some hoops. Accordingly, we can say all discs beat all hoops. An incredible thing. All discs, but of course they have to be uniform, homogeneous, isotropic discs. You can't have them loaded unevenly. So, all discs beat all hoops. Now there remains only the matter of spheres. The matter of spheres. Here is a sphere, here is a smaller sphere, and here is a smaller sphere. Now, if I said that all discs roll alike, and all hoops roll alike, would you not expect, it is reasonable indeed, to say that all spheres roll alike? It is so, and we could prove it mathematically. Now the question arises, supposing I roll a sphere, a hoop, and a disc. How do they roll? Well, I can write now that all spheres roll alike, alike, and I'll tell you out of the kindness of my wounded heart the final question, so there is no longer any dilemma in your thinking. All spheres roll alike, all discs roll alike, all hoops roll alike, and all spheres beat all discs, which beat all hoops. And this is so everywhere in the world. Now somebody says, Professor, you have not lived long enough to roll all the discs and spheres and hoops in the world. And I admit that. But I have rolled spheres and discs and hoops all around the world. And what evidence do I have that they do, apart from the few I rolled? Answer, mathematical. Mathematical. If I did the mathematics on the board, you would be further enchanted with it. And so I say, learn some mathematics, and it will uncover for you abundantly the beauties of nature. For an example, I encountered the leaf of a pine tree called the spill. It was of this shape, two of those little sticky-like looking tendrils, the leaf of a pine tree. I laid it on some graph paper and drew it, and then I wrote the mathematics of it. And it is this, y squared equals x cubed. And so this leaf of the pine subscribes to this beautiful mathematics, which is called a semi-cubical parabola. Do you see? Nature is described by mathematics. So go learn it. It will add immeasurably to your life. And I thank you for watching.
You know, a man asked me if I would give him 10 cents for coffee.
What did you do?
I asked him to show me the coffee.
Not funny.
I am the wolf man. Yes, sir, and now it is the wolf man, and we believe in the wolf, don't we?
That is correct. This is radio station EECH coming to you from the castle. The Count and Dracula. How about that? Now it's time for the chime time. Had to be a little hard on that one. All right. 11 o'clock, right on the button. Whoa, hold on. Hello, I am the Wolfman. Oh, and how's it going, babe? What's that you want to hear? Looking out my back door? Sure. Well, I remember that one. That's an old turkey. Yeah, hobby.
What a sight!
Master.
What, Igor?
I've been thinking.
That would be a change.
Thank you very much, Master.
You're welcome.
Well, what I was thinking about, not really thinking, wondering, why we can't make Brucey work? I want to go back to Transylvania.
Well, don't you think I want to go back, too? Yes, what we had... Wait a minute, why not?
Why not?
Now I see it as clear as night. Listen, you know why Brucey won't work? He has no discipline.
Discipline?
What we need around this castle is some good old-fashioned military discipline.
Run a tight ship.
That's the idea, Igor.
Yes.
All right, I want you to go and get our uniforms and our bubble guns.
Bubble guns?
Of course. You know I don't believe in violence.
Oh, you don't like violence. You like trombones. I'll get them.
Get smart, Igor. No, the only kind of war to have is a jelly bean war. You can eat all the ammunition. Hurry up, Igor. I'm going to take command of this ship. Well done, Igor. Yes, the bubble guns. Good. All right, now.
This one is a private.
That's right.
There's another private.
All right, we'll put this on Brucey.
And this one is for the general. Who's the general?
Who else would be the general?
Not yet. Oh, you're the general.
Of course I'm the general. Look at this, Igor.
Oh, that's pretty good, Master.
All right, now, let's do some close order drilling. Here. Take his bubble gun, and I'll take my bubble gun. Brucey, well, just pretend for now. Just pretending he's got a gun. Just pretending that. All right, Igor, now some close order drills. Are you ready? All right, shoulder arms. Never mind, you already got it up there. Present arms. Right? No, Igor. When you present arms, you pull them up like this and smash your helmet. Present arms. Not that hard, Igor. All right, right face. About face. Left turn. Mark. 10, 2, Time to sound. You're in the army, Mr. Jones.
You're in the army, Mr. Jones.
No fly balloons or telephones. You had your breakfast in bed before, but you won't have it there anymore. What are we doing? Brucey, during this whole thing, you haven't done a thing.
Master, he hasn't done nothing since he's been in the army. Absolutely nothing. I mean, what are you going to do? He hasn't done one single thing. I've been doing exercises and everything.
Igor, now it becomes very plain to me. When a person is in the army, as long as he's been in the army, and does absolutely nothing, there is only one thing left for him to be.
Well, Master, when a person is in the army for as long as he's been in the army, what do you see he deserve? What are you going to do to him?
Igor, when someone's been in the army, as long as he's been in the army, there's only one thing to do with him, Igor, and that is... make him a general!
It isn't fair!
Diggy.
Working on the railroad.
Well, what have we here? But the postmistress of Frankenstone, Harvey Wallpaper.
Post monster, and it's Harvey Wallbanger.
Oh, Harvey Wallbanger. Of course. Well, Harvey, do you have any mail for the Count today?
Yes.
You do?
Sure, it's right over here.
I cried, for I'm so happy. Happy.
You don't have to cry when you get a letter.
Oh, yes, I cry all the time. What is it?
It's right over here.
Oh.
Did I get you?
A little bit.
Okay.
Excuse me, please.
Fine. Oh, there you go. Where'd you go?
All right,
Where'd you
now
go?
we'll see
Oh, there
what
you
you-
are.
All right. Dear Count, is it true that Bwana Clyde Batty cuts his own lawn? Signed, Jeannie.
Well, Genie, first we're going to send you a picture, and now I'm going to answer your question.
Uh-huh.
The one that Clyde Batty travels so much, there is no need to cut the glass, you see? Because when he comes back, he just tramples it down anyway. I like to do what the Count does. What? Or what Clyde Batty does.
That's
like
pretty
that
good,
too.
boss. Yeah, man, that was real cool.
Yes, out of sight, as we say in the business.
Out of sight, man.
All right, until we meet again, Harvey Slinklespoon.
No, it's Wallbanger.
Weird. Weird.
The castle lights are growing dim. There's no one left but me and him. When next we meet in Frankenstone, don't come alone.
Kaput, kaput, kaput. This show is over.